What is going on, everybody? Hope you lot are well. Today we are taking a first look at Farming Simulator Signature Edition. We are playing on the Nintendo Switch 2. Full disclosure, code for the game was provided by the publisher, but please keep in mind it's not paid content. The publisher has no control of my critical opinion of the game. We are covering this on the 15th of the 12th, 2025. So this came out like a week ago, I believe. So yeah, if you don't know what Farming Simulator is, this is another one of those job simulators. But you know, based on farming. So even though this is called Farming Simulator Signature Edition, this is actually based on Farming Simulator 25. There's another game that we've actually covered on the channel on the Xbox Series X. Reason I bring that up is so we're gonna go pretty in depth with this one. So the plan is we're gonna play this, then we're gonna boot up the Xbox version, and there's two modes in the Xbox version. You know, we're gonna check that out to compare it to this one, and then I've done some frame rate analysis graphs that I've recorded pre-stream to show you, because there's a lot of issues with this game and there's a lot of stuff that is going on. So that's the plan for today. Obviously, we're live streaming this over on Twitch and YouTube. We'll put out an edited video later, and we might put out another separate edited video just based on performance and stuff for anybody who's curious. So yeah, when I first got a Switch 1, I covered the like Farming Simulator 20, I believe, on the Switch, right? So that's where, like, you know, my love started with this, not job simulators, but this series. And then we covered a new game on Xbox. So all those so there's been a lot of Farming Simulator games. That's what I'm trying to get to. So, okay, what is this? Let's get the big numbers off to start with. So this is based on Farming Simulator 25, which is the latest Farming Simulator game. This is now coming to Switch 2, which is not available on Switch 1 or mobile or anything like that. The reason I bring that up is previously when the Farming Simulator games came to Switch 1, those were the mobile versions. Those weren't the console or PC versions. Those were separate versions. I think the original Farming Simulator that came to Switch 1, that was like a full-fledged version, but the other versions that came out were mobile versions. So you kind of lost out, right? If you wanted to play Farming Simulator like on Switch and stuff like that, because you were paying the full price, but you weren't getting the full package, right? Because you could buy that same game on mobile and it'd be way cheaper. So what's going on here is this is made from the ground up based on Farming Simulator 25. So this is a I say full-fledged, air quotes, we'll get into why in a second. So this is a 20 gig download, right? First of all, because those other Farming Simulator games on Switch 1 was like 1-2 gigs each, right? To show you that they were the mobile versions. So this is a 20 gig download, so keep that in mind. It's based on Farming Simulator 25, full-fledged, but they have had to cut some content because, you know, coming to the Switch 2. So the first thing they've cut is there's no online multiplayer. The second thing they cut is, this is the one there's a bit of drama around, there's no mod support. So the other console versions have mod support. So that's 2. Third thing, which I don't know about here, is because the console versions have the DLC support. This hasn't got DLC support at the moment, I'd say. I don't know anything. They haven't told me anything, but I would be surprised if they didn't add DLC into this. And the other thing that is annoying, so this is a full price game. Farming Simulator 25 came out like a year ago. They're calling this the Signature Edition, but it doesn't come with any of the DLC. It comes with like 400 vehicles and all the base stuff, and I think there might be one extra Mercedes vehicle or truck, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, why call it the Signature Edition? The games came out a year later, and you've got none of it. Like, they've had one season of DLC. I think they're starting the second season DLC, and it's not here. So, you know, like, full price, it comes out a year later. You call it Signature Edition. You've already like dropped online support. There's no multiplayer. There's no mod support, which I understand. There's no mod support. No multiplayer. I don't get that. And then you call it Signature Edition and no DLCs here. And at the moment, you can't even buy DLC. So there's no plan. There's not accessible. They're not on the store or anything. It's not like you could buy them separately. So we don't even know if this is gonna have mod support. So in one sense, it's good. Finally, like, you don't get air quotes ripped off. When you buy Farming Simulator on the Switch 2, you're getting the full fat Farming Simulator. I say full flat air quotes because they've cut a few things. It's not a mobile game anymore. This is like the full game. But this is where we get in now. Let's play some gameplay and I'll show you. To achieve this, there's some performance issues. You know, I should clickbait this out and wait till the end of the video so you go watch those frame rate graphs. But yeah, they're like, I had to do a frame rate test of this off stream. I spent like 6 hours testing like both console versions. This might be officially the worst performing Switch 2 game. Yeah. But I like farming simulator, and this is the almost air quotes full fat farming simulator on Switch 2. So if you don't care about mod support and you don't care about online multiplayer and you just want to do, because obviously it's a drum simulator, so you do that task repeated over and over again to play that portably, it's kind of cool, man. And you're not getting ripped off in that. Like, you got ripped off in other things because that stuff I mentioned. But it's not the mobile game anymore. Oh my god, this intro is gonna go on forever. Let's get into gameplay. Okay, so there's two options menus. There's one option menu here. When you get into game, there's another option menu this is like just overview options, right? When you get into game, you can adjust more stuff. So they actually added a performance. So when the 25 came out to consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, originally it came with only 30 FPS. Like a couple of months later, they added like a performance mode. Their performance mode doesn't hit 60 FPS anyway, but they obviously had to lower the graphics and get the performance mode. Here there's no performance mode. This just runs at 30, air quotes. Why is it? I'm sorry, because it goes down low, pretty low, I'm just saying. So yeah, there's only one mode here. So yeah, let's just go in. If we go career, let's start a new game, because like we can like do a tutorial. So like if you haven't played any of the other farming simulators, like the big things with this one was there's free locations, like free countries, whatever, to start off from. They've got 400 plus vehicles, and they got a lot more crops and everything. And if you know anything about the other mobile farming simulators that came to Switch 1, it was like you had 100 vehicles, you had like 1 or 2 locations. So off the bat, like I said, you're getting almost full-fledged fat mode here. So you can go, here's your free locations, then you could start off as a new farmer, farm manager, start from scratch. Let's just go new farmer. Another thing that I haven't got here, because I've actually waited for this over the weekend to see what's going on, the intro cutscene, there's like an animated, like pre-rendered cutscene, whatever, on the other console versions and PC. That isn't here, so they've cut that one, so, which I don't know why, because it's a 20 gig download. So whew, all right, that was a lot to go over. Again, it may seem like I'm being hell of negative on this game to start off with, but like I suppose that's just me telling you gotta know what you're getting into. But at the same time, I'm kind of liking the game. I like this game. To play it portably is also hella cool, but there's caveats. You can make you can make characters, whatever, but like I've already made one. This is one I made earlier. It remembers it from your previous saves. So we're just gonna put in there, like they got loads of like branded outfits and everything. Let's just quickly get through this. Change your hats. But why would I wanna cover the hair? What you got going on here? I don't know if with those season pass DLCs they added like new stuff for your character and everything. Welcome to your new farm. It's mid-morning when you arrive at your new farm. Water, your grandfather, is no longer able to look after the farm, so you are now taking over. Familiarize yourself with the game before you go. Okay. Right, start with the interface. Also, wait, can we pause it here? So this is the highest you can make the UI scale. It's already on 125. You can't go any higher than this, which is a shame because it's still a bit hard to read. All right, that's your weather there. That's your date, time. That's your balance. There's your map. You can change the size of that. There's your progression of whatever you're doing. Control player, left stick, control player. All right, got it. So you can go here, go here. If you press in the right stick, you can go third person. And now, like I was telling you, if you go into settings here, you get a load more options. You want snow on, how you want your long day progressions to be, that's still here. Fixed month, if you want the fixed weather. Is crop destruction on or off, your vehicle controls. I like to turn automatic engine start off because it's a bit more realistic. It's like I like that. Some of these like stop and go braking is basically do with like how you reverse and forward. And like again, these controls are kind of weird here because I couldn't get them to work. So I the same thing I had with the Xbox. Like I wonder if some of these are based on you need external peripherals. So you kind of have to leave that on. I don't, or I just don't know how to reverse my vehicle. If you go here, what else do we want to change? I want to change that to pounds. Uh, that's fine. Radio off. I don't know if there's licensed music in there, but there's a bunch of music. But I would turn it off just in case. Uh, camera sense. That's on 100 by default. I've turned it up to 200 because it's way too slow to move around. And then I've adjusted my sound levels and press the button. That was nice. I did it again. Oh my god, you gotta go back up to the tab and press right rather than pressing L and R. And then in your graphics tab, you got your field of view stuff, which I haven't messed with, but it's there. And here's, like I was saying, your HUD scale, and it's already on 125 max, which yeah, I would like to see them. I can increase it a little bit. You got your map there, and then got your guided tour here. And then if you press select, no, oh, that doesn't show up just yet. If you hold down R2 or RZ, whatever you want to call it, you get your run button here, and you know. So we get a guided tour here if you haven't played any of these games before, which is cool. But let's quickly go through it.
Welcome to our lovely farm, kiddo. The fact that you're
Ooh, I
about
just
to
skipped a
take
bit
over the farm makes your pops
Sorry.
quite happy, not gonna lie. When your father told me on a visit that he didn't want what I built here, I thought that was it. He even called it a dung heap when he left in his fancy suit. And then he stepped into manure on the way to his car. It's okay that he does his own thing, but I thought I had to sell the farm. Thanks to you, it can stay in the family. You don't know what that means to me. Otherwise, your crazy uncle might have turned it into an amusement park with the main attraction of catching chickens on the fields or something.
We wouldn't want that.
Let's not talk about that just now. I can tell you some stories later. And just so you know, I'm not out of the picture just yet. I'm here if you need me, just like your friendly neighbors you should talk to sometime. They're nice people, a bit strange perhaps, but still delightful in their own ways. So, do you want me to give you a quick tour? Okay then, let me show you a couple of things. There will always be people to help you out, but it's good to have done all the steps yourself, at least once. Right next to the farm, we're going to work on a field. There's also a big tractor with a cultivator. I'll walk you through how to... I can't wait to see you get started.
I'm pressing X through this. I'm trying to get through this quickly because it takes a while. All right. Just gives you an intro of like basic stuff of what to do, which is pretty cool here. It's cool to do because games can get a little bit complex.
Are you ready to... Then hop onto... It's just to the back.
Up onto your tractor. Press Y to enter vehicle.
Just like that. Exactly. Now we do the work. Meet me at the field over there.
Accelerate. Decelerate your vehicle. Start vehicle. Sorry, steer vehicle. But because I've got that setting off, so if you press L, you get like extra like menu options. If you press R, you get extra menu options. If you press L and R together, see there on the left. So because I've changed that option, start my vehicle, add to my realism. Oh, I was looking at my Twitch chat. Well, this is a... Did I break it? Oh my god. Hold on. Hold. Wow. Professional. Hold on. I might have to... Oh. Are we cooked? Man. I'm just testing out the physics of the game. Again, you could like, because we're on the tutorial, you can like detach your trailer, but it won't let me do it in the tutorial. Alright, that bit's getting cut. It's fine. Nobody's ever gonna see it. We're good. Okay.
Here we are. So before we can sow anything on the field, we need to take care of the stubbles, cultivate it, prepare it for the next season. Otherwise, the grain will not grow very well. Lower the cultivator and drive straight ahead. It's easy as spilling milk.
Okay. Switch tool selection, lower tool. So it's basically telling you here, like with each vehicle, you have like different options. So this is like what it's trying to teach you in the tutorial. I'm trying to clown around in. On this one is, so if you hold down L, you got your lower cultivator. See right there? Just lower and then cultivate this field. Then you got your full, you know, inside cockpit view. You can, they've introduced, I think AI was maybe a mod in the last game. Not sure because I didn't play 23. But like they fully got it integrated here in this game. If you press D-pad like up or down, you know, you can go full zoom out, because literally you're gonna be playing a lot of the game. Like maybe not this much out, but you know, you're playing like here. I'm being honest. See the frames right there? Don't worry, it gets a lot worse. And then you can obviously turn on cruise control if you don't want to hold down. I go here. I just want to focus on doing straight lines. I was thinking about this the other day. Like they're trying to add so much into this game now. I wonder if they are going after the SnowRunner market, right? Because I was trying to look at like all the patches and all the changes that came out to this game since we covered it on console. And one of the big things was like they've made some of the log stuff a bit easier and the controls a bit easier. That was a pain in the ass when we covered it on 25. And like a lot of that stuff you can do in the SnowRunner series, right? So like, I wonder if they're trying to go after that market.
Good. We're done here, kiddo. Now drive back to the garage and get out the seeder.
All right, got it. Lift tool. He's lying. We wasn't done here. We missed the patch. Full speed brakes.
Now we change tools, kiddo. Get rid of the cultivator and attach the seeder.
All right, press A to see how did, like, that's why I was trying to say earlier on that
Now
bit we're
you
gonna
need
cut
to
that you're not gonna
attach the
see.
seeder.
You can detach, but it wouldn't let me.
Drive back slowly.
Slowly, he says. I should actually probably play this seriously, because there's hardcore farming simulator fans. 'Cause, like, that's the problem with a lot of the coverage of this game is, like, a lot of the people who are covering this game are like the hardcore farming simulator and PC player fans. When they're covering the, like, because I'm assuming they got review codes and stuff, like they're covering the Switch version, but they don't really cover console games. So I don't know how to discuss it. Switch tool.
That's how it's done. The
Obviously, we
sewing
cover mainly
machine you
console
just
games here, so
attached
I can
is
discuss this
empty.
more on a console
But
level,
don't you
right?
fret, I just
Show
went to
frame
the
rates and
store.
stuff.
Next to the shed, you will find a big bag with seeds. Get over there to fill the seeder.
Yes, sir. There's the cedar, and there's ooh, I might okay. Start filling. Got it. Just do that. See there on the bottom right.
Well done. Now you're ready to go. Last week I cultivated a field over there. Cultivated fields are ready to be sown. It's pretty straightforward.
Is it?
Drive the machine to the field and meet me there. Here we are. One thing you need to pay attention to is timing. Plants need to be sown in specific seasons. It's midsummer. It's
This
the
is an
perfect
option you could
time
turn off,
to
by the
sow
way.
canola. In any other period, you might want
You
to
could do
switch to a different kind of crop.
like
You can
non-seasonal
always
growth
check the crop
if you
calendar.
always want like stuff to do.
First, we need to prepare the seeder. Choose the canola seeds, as the big bag is filled with all kinds of seeds.
All right. Select seed. Got it. So if we press select your fruit type. If we go L, lower select seed is on wheat right now. We got to change that to canola, barley, oats.
Seeding is easy. While seeding, straight lines are important though. Go back and forth to bring out the seed with as few gaps as possible. At some point, you'll have to buy a big bag of seeds at the store to refill it. But now you can use what you've got. Now, you only got to switch the machine on and lower it to the ground.
Switch to selection, turn on tool. All right, go here. So let's go turn on cedar Y. Oh, we gotta lower the cedar first, okay. Now turn on cedar. Activate cruise control so we don't have to worry about accelerator. Have to focus on all lines again. This is why you would be zooming out.
That's how it's done, kiddo. Oh, by the way, always keep an eye on the weather. According to the weather forecast, it's going to rain soon. That's perfect for canola, but not as good for the wheat on the other field.
Gotcha.
If you want to hire a helping hand at some point, you can. We're done here. The helper will do the rest.
You don't have to do all the work alone. Let paid helpers do the work for you while you take care of other tasks. Hire help or AI worker. So basically, if you go here while you're on, like while you're doing any tasks, it says like activate AI worker, and then you could change like the mode and stuff.
Good
We go
job.
there.
Field workers are a great support if you're busy and cannot finish the job in time. Now get back to the garage and get out the harvester. Let's do it quickly. I'll meet you there.
Technically, if you want to play it like more like a management game, right? Here's where it teaches you like quick select. So the AI is doing this right now.
There you are.
Press left and right.
How do you feel? Are you up for something exciting? Because we'll do the harvesting next. There's a ripe field that needs taking down. Are you still up for it? The header for the harvester sits on the trailer attached at the back. Let's meet at the field, okay, kiddo? But drive carefully. That machine is a beast.
The beast. I did a lot of my frame rate test. Oh, got start engine. Anybody curious what the horn sounds like? It's terrible. Like that's a like obviously doing like your job sim stuff is one aspect of this game, right? Another aspect is, yo, if you like tractors, trucks, you know, there's a lot of those in this game. So it's like really hits that itch, right?
So let's do this. You'll need to prepare the machine. With a combine harvester, the header cuts the plants. Those headers have different widths depending on the size of the combine. Go detach the trailer. Then drive the harvester with its front to the header and attach it.
Got it. Detach. Like this is like the cool stuff with some of these vehicles. There's like so many operating parts. So the reason this vehicle operates like this, oh, sorry, let me just double check. Oh, this like saving and loading is kind of long in this. Watch how long it takes to save, by the way. Watch this. Old, old, old. Internal memory, by the way. Old, old a little bit more. So on this one, I already know. So it goes on front. So if you go here,
Good, you're almost set now. Before you can start harvesting, the grain tank needs to be unfolded. Do that and bring yourself into position on the field.
right, grain tank, unfold. There is a suspension option here. Like if you don't want to get motion sick, you can turn off the suspension wobble. I think I've got it on. As you
You
know,
can
realism.
see that the field is nearly done already. I was feeling a little wobbly in the knees earlier, so I left it for you. Thought you might want to try it out anyway. All you need to do is to steer the harvester into the field. Unfold the tank, start the harvester, and do the rest.
All right, got it. Turn on harvester. Why?
With a combine of this size, harvesting takes some time. But soon you will be able to buy a bigger one. Now go at it and show the crop who's the farmer.
And let's lower also. Lower. Let's cruise control on. First person mode, why not? Do you realize? So some of them, this is why some of the community is mad, because some of the mods are important, right? Like I think maybe one of the mods is like lines or something, or navigation lines. I don't know. I could be talking on my backside about that, but there is something. I've never played with mods anyway, so I can't really speak to that because I'm a console game player. I just play it because I like job sims and they're fun to do, and I don't really get that in depth with them. I'm not even missing the multiplayer options if I'm being honest with you, because I play by myself. That's why I'm more excited for this game. Of yo, we got like a full version on mobile, on Switch, right? On mobile, be able to take this platform, because obviously Switch is portable wherever you want to go, and it's not just like a cut down. It's cut down, but you know what I mean, fully cut down mobile version, right? sure. Graphic downgrade, major performance issues, but there is some saving grace, right? But again, I was about to say like maybe this is their first game on Switch 2, and then the next one they improve. But you don't even know, right? Because that's what they did with like the Switch 1. The first farming simulator game that came to Switch 1 was a full-fledged, fat, proper farming simulator game. And then the subsequent releases were just the mobile ports. Who knows how they work internally, right? Is it, oh, the game didn't sell well, so we're not going to put that much development time into, we might as well just port the mobile version? But there isn't a mobile version of Farming Simulator 25 at the moment, right? But I have a feeling they won't do that this time round. The reason I think, anyway, like, unless they're crazy, their goal must be to get DLC support in here, because that's how they're going to make their money in the long run, right? So they probably want this to be the main, like, in line with the other mainline version, so they can sell you DLC, right? You see what I'm saying? My theory. Good job, kiddo.
Nice one, kiddo. That's it. You have my blood in your veins, after all. Harvester
Actually,
has a limited
my
capacity
family are farmers
to store
too.
the
I have
crop.
my family's blood in my veins.
Now we need to unload the wheat onto
Obviously,
a
but I
trailer.
mean
to
farmer
sell
blood.
it. Prepare your harvester for unloading by unfolding the pipe.
All right, got it. Let me just go a bit forward and finish that. Otherwise, all right, so we bring that. What did he say? Let's lift the header first of all. Let's turn off harvester. And we actually, if we stop the engine, can we pull this out? Oh no, it wants the engine. Because obviously fuel is something you gotta
The
worry
pipe
about.
will start extending, and the wheat will start to pour out automatically. But we're missing something, aren't we? There's no trailer here just yet.
Duh.
Go get the trailer in the garage.
Alright, switch next vehicle again. I'm turning that off.
Come back to the field so we can unload.
I got it, Gramps. He's not my grandpa, by the way. I don't know why I keep calling him Gramps. Yo, okay, we don't want to hit a school bus.
To empty the tank of your harvester, pull along to it on the driver's side of the harvester. When the trailer is in the correct position directly below the pipe, the harvester will start to unload automatically. Neat, huh? Wait it out until it's unloaded.
I mean, it's not unloaded. What are you talking about? Oh, is that maybe because I turned off the engine?
To empty the Neat, huh?
And that's how it's
Wait it
meant
out
to
until
work.
it's
Okay.
unloaded.
We cut it so it's smoother, but yeah, that's a bug in the tutorial, man. If you turn off the engine, it won't auto do it, and it doesn't let you switch back to the
Well
vehicle
done, kiddo.
tutorial.
You can either store the crop in your silo, or you can sell it. This load I promised to a vendor friend of mine. He's already waiting for me. So all you gotta do is drive the tractor with the trailer to his unloading station. Now drive to the grain elevator to sell the wheat.
Still won't let me switch vehicles to turn off my vehicle. I guess that's why the tutorial, at least you leave the auto start. Turn off vehicle. But that really is a bug then, because if you had the default option on, as soon as you leave the vehicle, the engine turns off. But then if the engine was off, how was it gonna auto unload anyway? Legitimately found a bug. Sorry about that. Audio levels are going to be all over the place in this first look. Because if you're zoomed in close to your vehicle, the vehicle sounds drown you out. You got to turn the audio down. But in actual fact, you're not playing this game that zoomed into your vehicle. Like here, you're playing like here. And it makes the game too quiet. This guy's driving like a lunatic. No, we're good. I didn't touch you. Why are you beeping me? You're the one that cut literally in front of a truck. What is wrong with you? Piece of shit. Imagine. That's one of the reasons I failed my first test, by the way. I was like, oh, it's a slow truck. I decided to go in front of him because he was going to take time to get to the junction. And he was like, nope.
This is one of many selling points. If you don't like the prices you get on the market, you can also store the grain in your farm silo to wait it out. Sell your goods later. But now, let's get to it. Drive the trailer over the tip area and unload.
All right, what did it say? Toggle my, wait, what? How do I dump? Tip side. Tip back. Oh, that's the change, right? Tip back or overloading X.
Well done. At some point, you'll do this in your sleep. Now, let's go back to the farm, shall we?
Shall we, everybody? Oh my god. No. Whoa. Wait, that guy just literally went through though. Did you see that? He was like, forget this. Somebody report him. I think that's the end of the tutorial.
You're back. Splendid.
I am.
I started wondering if you joined your father. Well, where were we? Right. You've seen the most important steps on the field now. There's always more to do, like yield improvement, liming, fertilizing, weeding. Those require special equipment. Next thing is gaining a bit of a feel for everything. I'll just leave you to it so you can try out a few things. You don't want your old grandpa meddling with your business all the time, do you? But I'll be here if you need anything.
Not my grandpa,
If you
whatever.
want more detailed info, you can also ask Ben. He has been one of my most trusted helpers in the past. He will gladly explain a lot of farming techniques. Now, get to farming.
Who's Ben?
Dung heap indeed. You'll do just fine. This farm is your farm now.
So yeah, I like it. I remember when we was playing the Xbox version, I couldn't figure out who Ben was because we got stuck plenty. So if you go here, you can skip time. So obviously, depending on the mode you select, like we own this farm now. Obviously, we can go about growing and buying crops. There's like a shop you go into in store, you like rent vehicles, get crops, get fertilizer, whatever you need, right? But to start off with, like the best thing to do is just to, if you press start here now, okay, just gonna do a save, be here for a minute or two. You can get contracts and jobs. That's like the best thing to do at the beginning. Also, probably for the video as well, so we can show off the game, right, and show off everything that is in the game. So let's go. Let's go bailing. Actually, I haven't done it before. Well, just shut up. And then what you can do is you can accept the contract and then use your own equipment or lease equipment for reward reduced by 400. If we go next menu, previous menu, accept contract Y. And then what you can do is you can like go borrow items. The leased machines are waiting for you at the shop. Remember to fill the tools if you need. So yeah, you know, if you haven't got the tools for the equipment. And the reason I chose to borrow, obviously I haven't got that equipment anyway, but for the video, that's what we do to show it off, right? And then you can go left and right and you can get into them straight away. Mercedes Benz, hold on. And you gotta keep an eye out to see what, so the fuel's full, start engine, fasten tech belt. All right, now if we go to our map, gotta go all the way to down, follow the river down there. Hold on, let me just make sure. It's always pretty cool to get a new vehicle without. The equipment is hella cool in this game. Come on, son, get a bit of welly. Automatic, so why doesn't he go in the lower gear? Why are you in fourth? Like, seriously, what? I wonder if going in manual there would have helped us. Wait, how do we get on this? Go right that way, maybe? Detach, select camera, activate AI worker, fail counter, lower pickup, B, turn on baler. Lower pickup. Baler. And this is why you make nice straight lines. Actually, we should probably stay on that. It was a gift. No idea. Puppets of a boy. Pinocchio? Like, that's the. We're getting ventriloquist doll. That's. Like, look how nicely they plowed their field. Like, there, so it makes baling easier as well. Sure. Does it automatically bale? I don't understand what happens here now. Did I mess this up? Either popping with the textures though. When you got cruise control and you can adjust the speed of the vehicle. Oh wait, did it? some point it's gonna poop it out. Oh, we definitely missed that one. Gone. Still, no. Is it even possible to do this in one smooth turn? Or maybe if you lift. The machine. And again, if I get bored of this, I could just make the AI worker do it. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna get bored in a second. AI worker mode. Hold. Popping in and out of textures a little bit distracting. I didn't think the view distance was that low, but is it ever gonna drop down? There you go. Like, is it impossible to be a farmer now and start a farm unless you already got a shit ton of money, right? Because I knew I was going to be covering this game, and I went to talk to my family who live in third world countries, and like they farm and everything now, but they've got enough money where they hire out vehicles as well. And I was like just discussing with them. I was just like, obviously a lot of people in third world countries might have a little bit of land, right? And it's like, yeah, but if you haven't got the money to hire out the vehicles, you've got to do it by hand, then it doesn't actually become feasible. You could probably make a better living doing something else. Then you have to end up leasing out your land or get it farmed by somebody else. Because even farming itself has become so expensive. I guess if you've got a little bit of savings, then you'd probably do some cost analysis of it. Of right, I invest it in a little bit, and then I hire the vehicles, and how much profit do I make at the end? But still, again, though, right, you have to have a little bit of savings. When I say a little bit for the UK, anyway, when I say a little bit, that's probably like a couple of 100K, right? Just go every other. Get it? Yes. Help me. Wait. Help me to help you. Sure, I can take care of that. Completed. Yeah, it is. Collect. Why? Oh, wow. As soon as you've done that, it was like, get out of here. All right, let's do another job, shall we? Let's go here. That took forever because I had no idea how to bale wrapping. Wrap some bales using a bale wrapper. Oh, I guess we might as well, right? Because I was like wondering, how does it work? We might as well do both tasks, shall we? Nah, actually, let's just move on. Do something totally different. Okay, well that explains why it didn't let me pick it up. Bale wrapper, baling. We don't want to do that again. Baling, deadwood. Don't want to do that. Item. That's picking up wood. Forget that. Fertilizing. Bit boring. Fertilizing. Harvesting. Harvesting. Canola. Uh, harvesting canola. Harvesting oats. Harvesting wheat. Canola. Wheat. Hoeing. Mowing. Mowing. Rock removal. Spraying. Spraying. Stone picking. Weeding. Wood transport. So let's do stone picking. I'm kind of curious. Borrow item X. Okay, there's a lot going on here, so can I get out? Have a look around. Gonna have to take each bit of equipment manually. Throw the rocks in that. And let's go here. Oh shit. Oh my god, you almost give me a damn heart attack. These not that damn AI don't give a shit. Oh man. Literally driving death machines also. Like driving out of junctions, just don't care. After making that big speech, I this driving the wrong side of the road. All right, well, all right, let's test this. Honk, stop engine, unfold stone picker. Got it. Lower stone picker, turn on stone picker, lower stone picker. Is it raining? Is it raining? Was me? Okay, thank you for. Yo, I could use this in my garden right about now. Previous tenant had a shed that they broke down, but it's got a pretty decent sized garden. But there's like pebbles all over in the patch of grass. Pain in the ass too. Can't clean. You can't run like a mower over it because the blades will just get chewed up because of how much pebbles is in. They collect them? What does it do? I don't. So if I'm understanding correctly, farming stuff, like you're meant to have. I was always wondering, like, wait, why do these exist? How do stones just show up? Like, are they tilling the ground and then, oh, they're just coming up? But I think you're meant to have them on your fields because it helps with, like, water getting through to the soil, right? Irrigation, right? I guess the reason you would be picking them up here is because you want to change, like, what you're growing here. Speaking like I know what I'm talking about. I was thinking I would wonder if that would be a good job, just like you don't own a farm, you don't work on a farm, you just drive the vehicles, right? I guess if we're talking about hazards, like one, you're stuck in diesel 24/7, and two, like all the crop dust and stuff is also probably not great for you, right? But if anything, a lot of them wear like in respirators and stuff now, right? Or some stuff. Definitely when you're spraying like large scale fertilizers and stuff, right? Other chunk missed. This thing is way better than the Merc. I'm just putting it out there. Merc was a piece of shit. Wait, what happened there? We're full. How do I... Hold on. Honk, stop engine. Fold stone picker, lift stone picker, turn on stone picker. Unload here. Toggle radio. Activate cruise control. Training speed. Uh. Wait, is it? Hold on, I'm confused. Actually don't know how this works. Hold on. So now I need to get to... Don't... Okay, if I did that twice in one stream, I swear down. Also, wow, look at the frame rate on the tires right now. What the hell? Are they running like 10, 20 frames a second? That looks crazy. Damn. Look at that. I mean, at least they got reflections though, unlike Assassin's Creed. Yeah, you wait till we get to the frame rate test, chat. Spoilers. Worst performing game on the Switch. Dude. Screw you, AI. You gotta watch a YouTube video on how to make the AI work while you're watching a YouTube video. Sorry, boys and girls, I have no clue. Game is just further proving AI sucks. Oh, is this on? Oh, that's not how I thought this would work. Oh, okay. Well, that explains it. I was like, dude, how is it gonna... I was right there. Okay, I was on the right path though, chat. I was just like, how is it gonna get up and down? How is it gonna get up and down? That answers that question. I'm a genie. That counts, right? Oh, contract financial vehicle. I want to do this because that shit looks interesting. Borrow yes. Wait, does it connect from the front or the back? I have no idea. wonder if you would drive this on the road usually, or you would take another, like you would load this on a truck or something. Probably load it on a truck, right? All right, let's go. Honk, stop engine, toggle, steering mode, toggle radio, activate cruise control, train speed, unfold feeder. Give us the smallest one on planet Earth. Lower feeder. Turn on feeder. I have no idea why you would need to do this. Like, what crop would they be growing here? Oh my god, okay. Freaking hell, this thing is turning on. I teeter his grass and destroyed it. Yeah, this frame right here is hard to look at, man. This is a shudder fest. Like, I know a lot of people said with like the series version, oh man, 30 FPS is literally giving me a headache. I can't do it. Da, da, da. I didn't think so that much, but like, this is probably 20 frames. Yes, okay. Maybe I'm just used to like 30 now because I play console games so much, but alright, we're done. This vehicle to that was nice and fast. Peace, finish. Come on, please tell me the carrots ain't gone. Alright, carrots ain't gone. Alright, borrow items. That, yes, thank you. Spinach, bean, wings. Look at it. This is what, again, what on, is this a real? Okay, madness. That's what it is. What else is here? Okay, I got like literally this alien machine, and now, so I'm assuming I unload that. So that's for that. So let's do that. Let's turn that on. Back. Yo. Damn, that is a nice truck. Tractors. Looking at. What an amazing bit of equipment. How big that back tire is. Wow. Literally looks like something out of the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds are good. Wow, it's been so long, I can't even remember. Can't remember the theme tune. Oh, let's go inside this. Damn, what the hell is going on in here? It's nice. I didn't touch him, chat. I literally just breaks. Playing your music too loud, cop stopping you. Driving with this, nothing. Alright. Honk, stop engine. Lower. I've got a feeling it's gonna chuck it on the floor. Turn on harvester. Let me go inside and do that. The thud was a little bit louder inside. Turn on harvester. So yeah, I don't know. Oh. So it's chucking the grass back out there. I don't even like carrots. Carrot juice, boiled. Actually, maybe in a salad. Maybe like, you know, thinly sliced. Little bit of bite. But that even then, way too. The word I'm looking for. Earthy? I don't know. Because on this stream, we only harvest foods that we like. He's gonna tell them, what the fuck has that got to do with anything? Play the game. It's a job simulator. You don't like cleaning toilets, but you still clean toilets in a Power Wash Simulator. All right, cool. Small talk. Jeez. Hey, dicks. He didn't say that, by the way. I'm just having an imaginary conversation in my head. Right, this is good. Okay, you know what? Let's stop here. Let's save. I feel like we've showed enough of this game off. Let's go save here. What we'll do now is let's switch over to some Xbox. I'm gonna show a little bit of that off, like 5-10 minutes, just so you can see the difference in 30 FPS there, 30 FPS here, and the graphics differences. Maybe we'll check out performance mode as well, and then we'll load it into some frame rate graphs, and then we'll come back here to give some final thoughts. So yeah, stay right there. We'll be right back. Let's go performance mode off first. Shall we show what 30 looks like on Switch 2 and what 30 looks like here? Obviously, you're gonna have way better graphics as well, and then we'll do a little bit of performance mode on so you can see what this game's 60 runs at, right? Come on. Have I got a task save? Yes, I have a professional broadcaster. So yeah, as you can see here, 30 FPS. If we go here, I'm pretty sure I have a contract on. Still got pretty low draw distance, as you can see right there. But let's lower harvester, turn on harvester, and a little bit here. As you know, stable 30 looks like. Out of it, but it looks, you still see that round, you know, that draw distance arc. You can, it's even more so on the series compared to Switch, right? See what I mean here though, with like 30 FPS and it being like smooth 30 FPS? It's totally fine like this. Again, the way the pace that this game plays at, I if I had like the 60 FPS option and the 30 FPS option with better graphics here, it might be one of those where I choose 30. I would have to A/B test it because I didn't come back to this game to play it in 60 and like stream that, right? But if pop-in was reduced and draw distance was better, maybe I'd stick to the 30. It's not a racing game, right? Where I need to, you know. Twitch reactions, whatever. All right. Oh, where it is? That's all right there. All right. So there you are. There's your 60 mode. Spoilers, it doesn't run at 60. You can still see Judder. I think it's got frame pacing issues. Hitch, whatever you call it. I did this on purpose. I wanted to know what it would run like with like attachment on the front. Alright, maybe I take it back. Maybe everything running at like all this running at 60 is just, well, I'm not 60, 50. It's just once you see it, right? And it's hard to go back. But if you're just playing at 30, like it's fine. Like here it still looks a bit juddery. And I know why, because it's bouncing between 50 and 60. I've done the frame rate test. In out here. Yeah, there is a lot of frame pacing issues in this game at 60. A lot. It is juddering bad. But even again, like on Xbox Series at 60, this ain't the smoothest performing game, right? So like how much could they have done on, I'm not giving them an excuse, but like how much could they have done on Switch 2? Like some of it I would put to the dev, right? Like, maybe they gotta get better at, doing this stuff in their engine and all that. But this console is 10 times more powerful and is, not running great here. All right, so give us a couple more minutes. What I will do now is I'm going to jump into those frame rate analysis video that I made earlier. Okay, so let's have a look at these frame rate tests and comparisons that I recorded off stream, because this takes a while to do and I can't do this live, right? So first of all, here you can see Switch 2 footage, and I'm just like driving around in the overworld, so you can see what's going on with frame rate here. Look at the frame rate time graphs on the left there. It's bouncing between like 25 and 30. I'm going into first person here, and again, I purposely took a big tractor just to see what it would perform like. It's weird because at like some points it would like lock at 30, so it's not like dipping to 25 everywhere. Like maybe when it's loading things in, like when you're driving around the world, and that's why it's dropping, I'm not sure. But like you get a bit more stable frame rate here at some points in the overall than when you're actually cutting crops and stuff, which you're going to see in a second here. So again, uh going here to like cut crops on Switch 2, and yeah, as you can see straight away, it's dropping frames like constantly, like like this is, I've recorded quite a bit here because it's like fascinating to see here. Because when I was playing off stream, like I noticed something straight away. I was like, wait, I've been playing this at 30 on series, and it feels, even though it's 30, it still feels smooth. Like, what is going on here? And there's like certain patches of grass or certain crops you can go to that makes it dip way more. Like, if see, I'm going first person viewer, and it's like dipping to the 20s mark, right? And it's like staying there. Because if you look at the frame time graphs, they're not coming down and bouncing between like 30. When it hits that 20, it like sticks there for a while. But I came to this, like, I don't know what seed that is. Like, when I came here, and this is where I instantly noticed it, because it shuddered like crazy. And I was like, wow, I've got to put this through the frame time analysis tool just to see what's going on here. Because yeah, as you're gonna see here right now, it's like constant and there you go. You see it dropping to the 18s, the 17s. You know, I'm not even driving right now, I'm staying still, and it's just like in this section is just locked between 17 and 20, you know, and I've turned off the tool as well. So if the tool was on, imagine if I was actually doing a bit of crop, like dusting, whatever, like it would be lower, right? So let me just pause it there a second. So yeah, like officially then, this is probably the worst performing Switch 2 game, right? So, you know, like I said, it's nice that we have the full fat version there, but you know, some performance issues. So if we move over here now to Xbox Series X, um, quality, well, it's not called quality mode, but it's performance mode off, right? So this is what it came with, Farming Sim 25 when the game first launched, right? When it didn't have its performance mode. But so as you can see, it's like it's locked 30, right? I'm not sure if it was like this stable when it first came out, but at the moment it is now. You might see a couple of judders, whatever here. That's me. Like I record this at 59.94 and it's a 60 FPS stream and all that. But like no, it's fine. It was running fine here. Um, and then I did some um harvesting, and as you can see again, going into first person, going inside the cab, and outside again, like locked 30, right? But again, I feel like it's totally playable. Fine, is fine at locked 30. I played it for quite a month for at 30, you know. But then you know, we cover a lot of console games here. I'm used to 30. Say a racing game where I need it to be 60 FPS, whatever. Um, so if they can get it, what I'm trying to say is if they can get the Switch 2 version that I locked 30, I reckon it would be totally fine. But you know, a lot of times it's running at 20. You know, that's where like the issue comes. I don't think that is like some people will be like, oh no, we get this running at 60, which is like crazy, right? Like I don't, it's not possible. I don't think so. But like if they can get a locked 30, but and then here you go here. I didn't drive run overall. I just did some you know, crop harvesting just to show Xbox Series X in performance mode. We saw the judders when I showed you that footage, but yeah, it does. It bounces between 50 and 60. So it's not smooth in this mode regardless anyway, right? And if they can't get running 60 on this console, they ain't getting this running at 60 on the Switch too. And like underneath is the same, it's the same game, right? They're basing it off of this game. So yeah, there you have it. What we do again now, we'll jump into back into Switch to capture and we'll give some final thoughts. Stay right there. We're back on Switch to jump back into, you know, where we was here uh on Farming Simulator Signature Edition, or you know, 25 Signature Edition. I think we're ready to give some final thoughts here. Let me turn off this engine so it doesn't drown me out. um yeah, as you can see from those frame rate graphs, right? Yeah, yeah, it has some performance issue, you know. And again, I'm not gonna even judge it on can they get this running at 60? Like, I don't think they can. If they can get this at a stable 30, that would be pretty good. But I don't know if they can because like things we've noticed or while we was playing as well, like the way they like get that frame rate to even where it is, like the tires don't look like they move at 30 frames per second or 20 frames per second. They seem like even lower than that, right? Like that's some of the tricks they're doing to try to get this frame rate, air quotes, stable. Um So yeah, so I would say again, again, if you didn't see the beginning of the video, so like this is Farming Simulator 25 underneath. It's a good thing that it's not a mobile port. You know, you get the full-fledged game here. It's unfortunate it doesn't come with multiplayer. It doesn't come with mod support. Even though they called it Signature Edition, it doesn't come with the DLC that is already out. We don't know if it's gonna get the DLC. I would hope it does. So it's the same. They call it Signature Edition. Like add something extra in compared to what was in the game a year ago, right? And they are charging full price for it. Um, but again, I think it's a big like that seems like a lot of criticisms. But I still think it's a massive improvement from getting the mobile ports last generation, you know, because you always had that choice of, okay, do I buy this on Switch? Is like double the price, or I can buy the same game on mobile and and it's way cheaper. So you always felt guilty buying the Switch One version. But here, this is again 20 gig download. This is the full-fledged game with some cut content rather than it being a total separate game, right? Like, you know, 400 vehicles, the free maps, whatever should we call them. But yeah, so I personally I don't mind the multiplayer being not there, the even the mod support not being there, because that's not how I play these games, especially when you want to play this portably. They're job simulators, so you do this, you play these just to kill some time and you're like vibing, right mood, right? And to be able to play this portably exactly how we play like the SnowRunner games portably is like cool to have a like a full-fledged air quotes version here, right? But I don't think so that stuff I can forgive, but I don't think I can forgive the performance stuff, because again, when you go to certain fields and certain crops, it's actually crazy how much the game starts to judder like at like 20. Like, so if they can get it running stable 30, I would be totally happy with this version. There's a lot of the hardcore. I've seen other people cover this game, and they don't cover console games, so they're not quite sure how to cover this. Right? They're more covering it in this regard of, oh, it hasn't got mod support, it hasn't got multiplayer. Like, I don't think like like your Switch players, that's what they're looking for, right? So to me, I'm not judging it based on that. I'm judging it based on it should be a more stable 30. Because at the moment, I think this might be uh the worst performing Switch 2 game. Yeah, so it's like a weird one. Again, when I covered Farming Sim 20 or whatever they called it, right? Like I left that first look going, oh, you go to other farming simulator content creators if you really want to know about this game. But I've got a little bit more experience with this game now, and I was like, I'm like giving different advice here. I was like, no, don't go to the PC players and ask them like what is the Switch version like, because they want something totally different than what the Switch players want. So I'm like, and my final thoughts are for this are going to be similar for what they were with the Switch One game. Is like, yo, I'm really enjoying this. I really like this game. I'm glad it's on Switch 2. I'm even more glad now this isn't a mobile port and you get like almost a full-fledged version. So there's way more content here. You know, I hope they bring the DLC here. My suspicion is that they probably will, because there would be no reason for them to like make a full-fledged version if they weren't gonna add DLC support later, right? But at the end of the day, what also could happen here, again, apologies, I got a cough. What also could happen here, because if you remember correctly, the first farming simulator that came to Switch originally was like a fully fledged version, right? And then the future games were like the mobile ports. So like, I don't know if this isn't so. Again, I'm not trying to tell you buy it so it sells well, so they make new games. Like, no, that's not how you should go buy it. But this isn't to say, oh no, this is their first iteration and maybe it'll improve the next iteration, because they made a proper version on Switch One and then the rest of them were mobile ports. So they've made a proper version here. Like, who knows what happens with the next one. But at least you can have some, like, us, what's the right word I'm looking for to say, well, you're not getting like totally ripped off here, where you can buy the same game on mobile at quarter the price. and what's the point buying it on Switch 2? Where here's no, actually, yes, it runs, it has some performance issues that, as we can clearly see with those frame rate graphs, but uh, it's mostly fully content complete here without the DLC multiplayer and mod support. I say that and then I have to list all those off. But you know what I mean, right? 400 vehicles, free maps, all that stuff is here. So some big strides in my opinion forward, right? But again, some like big performance issues as well. And like knowing this dev, do I personally think I shouldn't say that, because then everybody was asking him for the 60 FPS mode in the console version they added that months later, right? So like maybe they improve performance here, but like I'm saying, even with all the issues this game has, I still think it's better than whatever we got on Switch 1. And if this is your only platform you have and you like farming games, just knowing the issues with this, I still think I would consider this. So yeah, there you have it. Again, short video will go up on YouTube. Live streams will be up under our live stream tabs on Twitch and YouTube. If you want to check out the full live stream, we might put out a separate performance video, just so if you want to know about performance stuff and separately. And again, we cover a lot of these job simulators here, whether it's the SnowRunner games or it's like your power wash simulator, stuff like that. So if you're interested, and again, like we covered the last iterations of the farming sim games on Switch 1, if you're interested in those will all be up on the channel. Speaking of Twitch, we stream there a couple times a week. Got community Discord, I'm on Twitter, TikTok, all that information will be in the description. Come check us out. If you did find this video helpful, please do me a favor. This is so much work, it's ridiculous. Just to do those frame rate graphs is like 6 hours to add like a 3-minute video into this. Do us a solid, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. I'd appreciate the support. Other than that though, I think I'm gonna call it so. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. Peace.